Let me guess, you've had moments where you were about to do something, raise your hand, apply for that job, start that business, but you didn't. Not because you couldn't, not because you weren't ready, but because one small thought whispered in your mind, what if people laugh? What if you look stupid? What if this confirms what you secretly fear, that you're not enough? If that's ever been you, this video might change everything, because today, we're gonna rip apart the fear of failure. We'll expose what it really is, where it hides, and how to remove it from your mind for good. And the truth is, fear of failure isn't real, it's installed. And once you see how, you can uninstall it. No one is born afraid to fail. Watch a toddler try to walk. They fall 100 times and get up smiling. They don't feel shame, they don't feel stupid, they're learning. That's it. So where did fear of failure come from? Here's where. That teacher who humiliated you for a wrong answer. That time you tried something and someone laughed. That parent who made you feel like a mistake wasn't allowed. Fear of failure is a learned behavior, and it gets embedded so deeply that we start avoiding opportunities just to avoid that emotion. But let me ask you something. Has playing it safe ever really made you feel alive, or just numb and quietly resentful? Here's what nobody told us growing up. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is the path to success. Think about this. Every person you admire, every billionaire, athlete, creator, they've all failed more than you've even tried. Michael Jordan missed more shots than he made. Oprah was fired from her first TV job. Steve Jobs got kicked out of his own company. What made them great wasn't talent. It was the courage to fail forward. But here's the twist. They didn't see failure as rejection. They saw it as redirection. That's the mental shift. That's how you start to remove fear. Fear of failure doesn't shout. It whispers, and it tells you 3 dangerous lies. The first one is, if I fail, I'll be judged. Truth. People are too busy worrying about themselves to think about you for more than 5 seconds. And if they do judge you, it says more about them than you. The second lie is, if I fail, I'll be exposed as a fraud. Truth. The most respected people in the world are the ones who admit what they don't know. Vulnerability is strength, not weakness. The third is, if I fail, it means I'm not good enough. Truth. Failing doesn't mean you're not good enough, it means you're human, and growth only happens outside your comfort zone. Now let's get practical. How do you actually remove this fear? Step 1, expose it to light. Write down, what exactly am I afraid will happen if I fail? You'll realize most of your fears are vague and emotional, not real threats. Step 2, redefine failure. Say this out loud, failure equals data, feedback, and direction. Every no sharpens your next yes. Every misstep builds muscle, mental and emotional. Step 3, take micro risks. You don't need to leap off cliffs, just stretch the edge. Speak up in that meeting, post that video, ask that question. Each time your brain learns, oh, I didn't die, I can handle this. Confidence is built through exposure. Here's the truth no one told you in school. You're not here to avoid failure. You're here to grow through it. Every time you run from discomfort, you shrink, but every time you lean into fear, you evolve. So don't say, what if I fail? Say, what will I become if I dare to try? Because you're not just breaking fear, you're building a new identity, one that says, I may fall, but I rise faster. I may fall, but I learn faster. And that makes you unstoppable. You've played small long enough. You've let fear drive the car long enough. It's time to take the wheel. If this hit home, pause the video, grab a journal, and write down one risk, big or small, that fear has been stopping you from taking. Also, you can drop it in the comment section. Let's start a conversation. Your future doesn't need perfection. It needs boldness. And the bold don't wait for fear to leave. They move through it. You're not afraid to fail, you're afraid to feel. But on the other side of that emotion is the life you've been waiting for. Like this video, if this spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Subscribe for more content that awakens your power. Remember, the only failure is never trying. Perfection doesn't build you, effort does. Don't be afraid of failing, be more afraid of staying the same, because comfort never changed anyone, but courage to start, that's where transformation begins.